Doing Jeff D, AMCBizSolutions.com for our AIMC marketing tip of the week. So, you're a small business owner. I always talk about that. Small business owners. What's one of the first things that you always hear about as a small business owner that you need to do? It's you need to utilize social media as one of your marketing channels to help build revenue and reduce operating costs for your business. So what I'd like to do today is give about 10 different proven strategies on how to use social media in a smart way, efficient way to do your business. Because at the end of the, as if you run a business or small business, your expertise is generally in what you do, not necessarily in marketing. So hopefully this will help you out. So one of the first things you want to do is you want to develop a cohesive brand identity, right? So you want something, whether it's a picture or an infographic different colors that identify you, and be consistent across all social channels with that color. So somebody sees you. Case in point, our AIMC Biz Solutions logo, right, is the at symbol, and it's blue and purple. And across everything we do, you see the consistent brand identity for your company. Second thing is, and this is a big tip, it takes some time, is engaging with your audience. So, a lot of people say, I just don't have the time, but let me tell you, it really, really helps when you respond to comments within 24 hours. Let's say you post something or you ask any open-ended questions in the captions or show appreciation. Show some positive energy to your connections on what you saw, or what content they've posted, and that goes a long way. So engagement's big, right? You also want to use hashtags strategically. Now, some people go really crazy with hashtags. They have like 90 hashtags. In LinkedIn, Facebook, usually three is enough. You could go a little bit more on Instagram, TikTok, but really you want to use hashtags that are related to your business, your content, your product, your service, anything that's trending, but you do not want to spam hashtags. Let's say there's a hot topic of the day. Don't use that as a hashtag if it has no relation to your business. So, number four, you want to collaborate with complementary brands. Now, a real estate agent, work with a mortgage broker. You want to complement, you want to collaborate with businesses that will help grow your business. I do that a lot. We do a lot of affiliate marketing with AMC Biz Solutions. So you want to be able to collaborate with the right brands to build your business. Right? You want customer service efforts. You want to monitor social media, especially Twitter and Facebook, on what are customers saying about you. What are their reviews? You want to monitor reviews on Google. You want to monitor direct messages and mentions, and show if somebody mentions you, acknowledge it, right? Another thing you want to do is you want to also co-host giveaways, right? And do that. So next thing, and this is another thing, we talked about engaging on other people's content, but you also want to share your own content. And nothing like sharing knowledge. Sharing knowledge is the biggest secret in social media. So a lot of people, they want the quick fix, they want the business, but if you're educating on a regular basis, that's going to go a long way. You want to create a calendar. You could use a calendar to, manage your content and how you promote it across different social channels. You want to use some automation tools there. We have a great one with our Builder All platform, allmymarketing.info. Right? You also want to leverage influencer partnerships. We talked about collaborating with different businesses earlier, but if you know an influencer, if you're working with an influencer, research the relative influences in your niche, whatever you do, and partner with them. Develop mutually beneficial relationship with them, and do that. A lot of people mention to you, a lot of marketing professionals say, hey, you got to do paid advertising or promotional posts. Use it wisely. Make sure you know your objectives, you know what your demographic is, where your customer is, and target there. And budget appropriately. I always say do an A/B approach, or do an approach where you're not throwing a lot of money at something, at paid advertising, and not knowing if it works. Do it a little trickle effect, and definitely test different ad formats and target segments to optimize their performance. All right, another big one. This is a huge one, right? So we also do listing. With Thrive, we have this program where we go out and check out all your social media profiles and listings. And there's so many businesses that have different information across the board. So you want to make sure you're optimizing your profile, bios, and links. Make sure the keywords are related to your business and everything is updated. Updated website link, updated address on Google. You really have to do that. That's a huge optimization step, that you have consistent information across all these social platforms, right? And then you want to finally analyze metrics and adjust strategies accordingly. You have to have KPIs and experiment with different strategies and see what works. There's no clear cut. If this works across LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you really need to kind of always do a trial and effect approach with social media, because personally, with our business, our companies and all, we've done different things over the years and figured out what works and what doesn't work. So really, hopefully those 10 strategies will help you out to help promote your business and use social media strategically. And if you have any questions, by all means, let us know. Jeff D, AMCBizSolutions.com. Thank you.